Good win for us, and again, kind of did it the ugly way, but that's the way we're going to play. I'm proud of our guys. I think they've shown themselves that they can believe in themselves and have enough togetherness to win close games. So we're going to be in 12 or 10 or 12 more of those type of games, and we just got to keep grinding them out and figuring out how to win.
That scrum at the end of the first half, and obviously Jazz kind of lost his head a little bit, and you don't want to see that, but did you feel like that kind of sparked you guys a little bit? I mean, that was kind of a big run that you guys took into the break.
Well, I think the one thing it shows is Duquesne's not going to get punked anymore. You know, we're just not going to get punked, you know, and I didn't particularly care for the play, but by the same token, at least he shows, look, we're not going to take anything. We're not going to be the stepchildren of the league. You know, we're going to build the program and become a championship quality program. And so that's the part I liked. I didn't particularly love the play, but at least he cares.
First half, they were really moving the pace. It seemed like things were going a lot faster pace. For you, when and how do you think that things changed where the play started to tilt towards your end?
Well, in fairness to them, they had a short bench, you know, so they tired. I think, you know, obviously for us, we had to keep them out of transition. We knew it. They're a very spurty team. So we gave up 4 threes in the first half, which isn't very good for us. We had to limit that. We did a much better job. One of the keys for us was transition defense. The second key for us was, you know, not letting Cunningham and Davis beat us. You know, which I feel like we did a pretty good job of that the second half in particular. And then the third key was winning the small battles. So what I mean by the small battles is the rebounding battles, the loose ball battles, the one-on-one defensive battles, the assist battles, all of those type of things. So what we have to do to win games is we have to try to win the small things. We're not going to win the big things. So I give our guys credit. You know, they made enough plays when it mattered to win, and they believed in themselves for a team that's been relatively fragile, you know, in the past. I give them credit, but that goes back to the practice court. You know, they've done a good job in practice.
Dayton's obviously a perennial tournament team. What was the reaction in the locker room after the game, and just how much of a confidence builder is this for you and what you're trying to bring here?
Well, we can win every game, but we can lose every game. I mean, that's about how fine our line is, right? That's the truth. So, like, we reacted favorably, but we didn't get all excited. Like, you got to believe you're supposed to win those games at home, or you shouldn't be in the league, right? You gotta believe you can win. You can't just say, oh, well, Dayton should come in here and beat us because they're the perennial powers. You know, there's no reason Duquesne shouldn't have a good program. I'm gonna say that over and over again. The school's behind us. You know, I thought the fans were great. You know, I don't know what the totals were as far as how many were Dayton fans, how many were Duquesne fans, but I know one thing about Pittsburgh, and I guarantee you this, that if people play hard, the Pittsburgh people will get behind the program. The Pittsburgh people have built their whole lives on hard work and togetherness, and that's really what we're trying to do, the same type of things.
You've reached your win total. I know this doesn't mean anything to you now, but you've reached your win total from last year. Are you guys? Can you maybe say that you might be a little bit better or ahead of maybe where you thought you'd be at this point?
You know, that's a very interesting comment. Because I'm so competitive, I'll never say that, right? But by the same token, after we played Pitt and Robert Morris, I didn't know if we'd ever win a game. You know, so again, like, it's funny how things fluctuate. But we've shown that we can compete. Now, can we win? So can we get better? Can we continue to improve as a basketball team? Can we improve our knowledge? Can we improve our IQ? Can we improve our toughness, our skill level? So the one good thing about this team is I feel like they're getting better. You know, we've been in almost every game we've been in all year. And we talked hard about the 10-minute mark to the 4-minute mark, and then giving ourselves a chance to win in the last 4 minutes. That's really what we try to do every night. Again, if you hold people under 70, you got a good chance to win. If it goes above 70, we got a bad chance to win. It's, you know, again, It's like going to the dentist's office. We're just grinding it out every single play, every day. So I thought our guys, for the first time all year defensively, played better in the second half than they did in the first half. Good question, though. So I won't admit that.
You mentioned you don't know how many were Duquesne fans or Dayton fans, but it was definitely the loudest "Let's Go Dukes" chant we've heard in the Columbus Center in years now. Rebuilding the fan base or just getting confidence back into it seemed like one of the greatest challenges for a Duquesne coach coming in. 14 games in, would you give yourself a passing grade?
You know, I'm responsible for every aspect of the program, really. That's academics, performance, fan participation, attendance. Obviously, we got a long way to go attendance-wise. We're not a high-level program attendance-wise yet, and we certainly aren't a high-level program yet basketball-wise. But you can only do one thing at a time. So what I try to do is concentrate on the meat and potatoes. And I know one thing about people: they'll respect hard work. So if we just continue to go out there and work hard and win as many games as we can win, whether it's 10, 15, or 20, eventually people will come and watch. Because there's a lot of diehard Duquesne fans that are still skeptics, right? Like, what bad's going to happen next? Woe is me. Which I can't blame them. You can't blame them for that, right? They've had relative poor performance over time, right? Not the coach's fault, just systematic. So now look, we've been given what we need to win. It's on us to make sure that the old Duquesne fans could go to an NCAA tournament one of these days. That's really my whole goal in this whole thing. Before I retire, I want the Duquesne fans to get what they deserve.
Are you seeing a steady improvement in Chaz Brown?
Yeah, look, he's playing with a broken foot, really, man. It's hard to get him a lot of work because his foot's not great. And then he sprained his ankle on top of it, so he's a competitor, and he allows us to stay in games because he's as strong as anybody in the world, right? So at least we can defend and rebound and, like I said, not get punked. And eventually he'll score. He's too big a kid. I mean, he was a much better player last year when he wasn't injured. So if we can get him relatively healthy, and I feel like Jordan's done a good job, then, we got a chance to win some games. We got to be able to score down there eventually to win some games, to really win at a high level, which we haven't been able to score there yet. Good? Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.